let's review Fear Street 1666. This will be spoiler free. We will keep spoilers from it. And I already saw some people talking about it on Twitter. I'm like, damn, you're spoiling like some of the major points in the movie. But I saw someone say, did the trailer to anybody else look like filler? I can say honestly that I don't think Fear Street Part 3 was filler. I thought that it was pretty damn well done, and it might be my personal favorite of the three. To be honest,
it's not bad. I still loved 78. I think 78 is still my favorite, but I will say that what 1666 does is it does provide a really solid foundation, and it's really good at story building, and I think it's better at story building than any of the other two, and then it has a good complete finale that makes sense. I liked it for that reason, but there is action in it, and there is like some things that happen that are pretty crazy, but overall I feel like it was more of that one felt more like an actual thriller to me, especially the first part of 1666 than the other ones did. 1994 I felt like I just didn't like it that much. 78 was pure adrenaline, pure action, a lot of shit going on nonstop, very much Friday the 13th. Like it was just nonstop. They embraced that, they had fun with it, and they took it to the fucking hole, Shaq. In 1666, it was like, all right, now we got to tell the story. So, but they do a really good job. I kind of look at like 78 was Empire Strikes Back, 1666 is Return of the Jedi. Great story building, great characters that are introduced, good conclusion. But overall, like I liked Empire a little bit better than that. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. I had fun. I think honestly, I had more fun at the second part than the first part.
They do go back to 1666. Obviously, it's the witch territory and stuff like that. What I thought was stood out about this one was, they got the 90s better this time. The 90s felt a lot more 90s this time. There's even a certain store in the mall that they had, and I was like, oh fuck, it's that. I haven't seen that in ages, man. That was really cool. But what they did really cool with the old timey stuff, the witchy stuff, was. It actually was scary. So like the first one was 90s and all over the fucking place. I wasn't a huge fan of it either. The second one, it was straight up old school back, had Jason feels. This one, it ties in between. It actually gets scary. So there's a scene in the church, in the old timey church, that involves like the children and a preacher and stuff like that. And it was actually like fucking gave me the ooey jewies, freaked me the fuck out, scared me, and like on like an A24 type scare level, right? So the second one was a slasher. This was like A24 a little bit, not that deep, but it was. And there's one guy in it who's a really good actor. Did you tell me that dude does not look exactly like fucking Aaron Rodgers? Dude,
he does, and he was whining around about what he's going to do after his life without the Packers too. He was exactly the same. I swear. Like, and there's there's a big reveal plot, and I'm like, yep, that's what Aaron Rodgers would do when he can't play for the Packers anymore. Like, it's this. I was like, he looked dead on him, and there's actually and they recycle some of the 78 actors also and the 94 actors into the 1666 movie. And one of them was a dude, and well, you guys have seen it now. 78, the killer from 78 is in this one as well. And this motherfucker got gingivitis like a motherfucker, but he looked dead on, dude. When he was talking sometimes, I'm like, that's Robert Pattinson if he got bit by the gingivitis bug.
Yes, I thought Robert Pattinson was the exact same, dude.
Dead on it.
Aaron Rodgers, Robert Pattinson are in this shit.
That's it. You know what? Hey, there you go. There's your celebrity golf team members right there next year. They got to be in it. But dude,
exactly.
But I got to be honest. The witch part of it, and someone did say so. It's like Scream, Jason, and the witch all rolled into one kind of. I mean, kind of.
Yeah,
but it's better than
it's
the
hard
witch.
to say the witch because it doesn't have the same vibes as the witch, but it is.
Well,
they're going for the same kind of fear, I guess.
Yeah, and the witch, and I know some people do love the witch, but look, the witch was all atmosphere building, and then not really anything happens.
Like it's an R.L. Stein's The Witch.
Yeah, and that's that's what it is. But they get to the point quicker, which I appreciate that more. I mean, the witch was if you like the witch, that's cool, but I feel like the witch was just overinflated. I feel like they were trying to do too much with it, and they were trying to constantly make you fucking. And you're like, all right, come on, guys, I get it. She likes to suck goat dick or something, and she's gonna be like naked around a fucking bonfire. I don't know. I just felt like there were just too many. Like it was just taking too long. But
I don't love it either.
In this one, they get more to the point. I wasn't bored. I was just like, yeah, okay, I get this, I get that, but now let's move along and get somewhere else. And when they finally get back to the present, I think the second part of this is where it really takes off. I think that's where it makes it stand out. Because because I think that when they get back, and again, I don't think I'm telling tales outside of school because I know the movie's not out yet. But when they do, because you do have a flat, we just said that it's like 2 movies in one. They do go back to 1994 because those of you that know, in the end of 1978, she flashes back to 1666 from 1994. Anyway, it's a whole confusing mess, but they do go back to 1994. And then when they get back to 1994 and the hunt really starts happening, I feel like then you actually get some good scream moments. Like what they were going for in the first one, Fear Street 1994. I feel like you actually get that in the second part of 1666 more so than you did in the full movie of 1994.
I'll agree with you. And I think that you get all these hints of these characters and the things that have happened in the past. And up halfway through this movie, I was really disappointed because I was going, man, some of those characters they talked about seemed like they were going to be really cool. And I thought we were going to touch on that. And then they really do. The last act, they finally show you what some of these dudes can do. And it's really fucking cool. I got to tell you all, the Milkman, my favorite character in the whole series.
Oh, yeah,
Michael
he was great.
Myers, fucking full stop. The way he moves, the way he acts. I mean, obviously, he's a completely different character. He's nasty and like... There's other stuff to him.
Well, he's got. I feel like they also added Leatherface to him because he like licks. Like
yeah.
I mean, like or a Hannibal Lecter
pervert
kind of thing.
Kinda.
Yeah,
they even call him a pervert. But the way he moves in his suit and his mask, he is very Michael Myers-ish, and he actually freaked me the fuck out. He scared me. I would love to see a full solo movie about just the origin of the Milkman. I'd be all fucking over that shit.
And that's what my next point would be the fact that like the movie was really. I mean, look, you're gonna enjoy 1666. They do a really good job of explaining and wrapping the series up from 1994 to where we are right now, and they do it very well. But I really wish that they hadn't really blown their load on necessarily on all these awesome killers. By showcasing them, or they didn't really showcase them, they just showed them because I don't know if they even have the inkling to go back and do any more Fear Streets and just tell those individual stories with those individual killers, because I'm sure I would look, if you look at say they told the Backhead Jason story, they told the Skullface Kid story in 94, but the Michael Myers guy, Ruby, and the little kid, and then there's a couple of the other ones. So you could have like 4 or 5 episodes right there just talking about, because they hinted heavily at the Ruby one, which is fucking scary when she's like, "You'll never hurt the ones you love," or whatever she sings. I'm like, you could shut your goddamn Chicago fucking loving mouth up, okay? I'm not listening to that shit. Go back to Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive. Everyone has this one, but no, yeah, but I mean, I really wish they'd held back on some of the killers, even though it was cool. But I feel like they're not going to go back and really explore. I mean, they could, but I just feel like they're not. And by the way, I got to give a huge shout out to Academy Award winning Christopher Nelson, because he did fucking fantastical on those makeup effects. They look
all those
incredible.
Masks, all
and
those
the special
deaths.
And the death. Yeah, they all looked incredibly amazing. So awesome stuff. And I will definitely give a hand job later on.
I would, yeah, dude. Like, and this is the guy who's doing Halloween Kills, Halloween 2018. Fucking, you really got to appreciate the work that went into like people like the Milkman and the dude, the weird Rocketeer looking guy, and that little kid with that fucking bat. Some of the best parts of the entire series came from that, and the death scenes and stuff like that. And there's a good death count. There's a lot of action at the end of this. There's something that they do. There's a thing I'll just call it like a Royal Rumble-esque moment that will really get you fucking pumped up. That's so
my
badass.
God, he's got the chair. My God, someone call the ambulance. Yeah, JR should have been commenting.
There's a 5-minute moment where you're just going, holy shit. That is like maybe the coolest moment of the entire series, and the entire 3 films comes at the end of this when that happens, and I fucking loved it.
By the way, I will answer a quick question. Johnny Ramos asks, can I watch one, or you think it's best to watch all 3? Joe Meridos said watch all 3. I think that's the best bet, because what happens is if you watch 78, you're gonna probably be they do a recap, but you're gonna get lost. I feel like the only way to really experience Fear Street is to watch them all. Like, you got to watch 94, 78, and 1666 to get the complete story that they wanted to tell. If you watch just 78 to 1666, you might lose some like valuable inside information on it. So I mean, yeah, I would watch all three. I mean, but
Yeah.
but the good news is 94 is probably not going to blow your panties off, but you'll know that 78 is really going to blow your panties off, and you're going to be pregnant. And then by 1666, you're going to be pregnant with your second kid and working on your first divorce. So you know you're going to have all the cycles of life.
How did I get here?
And the days go by.
On the water stops. I'm going to give this one an 8. I don't remember what I gave the last ones, but overall, my overall feel is that this is the best one for me because of the moments at the end. The 90s stuff was better in this than it was in the last. The 90s soundtrack's fucking awesome. You got some Pixies in there. That comes back. I like the Sarah Fear stuff, even though it was a little slow at the beginning. I think the second one was also slow in the beginning.
Yeah.
The creepy 1666 stuff with the demons and shit like that freaked me the fuck out. I thought that was well done. Really love the Aaron Rodgers dude. I enjoyed how the story all tied together, even if a couple points got a little too Strangers Thing magoo. Overall, I like the three films a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I liked it. I still think that 78's the best one, but it's way better. 1666 is way better than 94 for sure. I feel like it's a little bit of a downstep from 78, but I get why, because again, 78 was nonstop action. Like it was nonstop in your face, Baghead Jason, Friday the 13th completely. And that was fun. And I had a great time with doing that. This one, they had to kind of like wrap it up, tell the story, give some background, flesh out some of the characters and finally give the big hook for it. But I mean, I felt like the first half of it was, and this is 1666, while done well, and I think they did a better job presenting the Puritan bullshit and the fears and the shit they go through better than even the witch did in a lot of ways, because they get more to the point without fucking like, rolling your eyes like, oh my god, you gotta show like 15 minutes of a zoom in of him milking a goat. But I mean, they do a better job doing that. And yes, there is one scene specifically with the children that is fucking freaky. It was really scary. And you never know what's going to happen. And that is, but once they get past that and they get back to the present day, I feel like that was nonstop action. I feel like you're really in a Scream movie. And you really can tell, because the dude that did Scream soundtrack did this. You can tell, you can honestly hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah, Marcos Beltran. Yeah, it was fucking. He nailed it, man. It was a really great job, and it's on Netflix now, I believe. As of now, the embargo for this one was really late, so I think the embargo didn't end until the movie came out. So it's on Netflix now. If you guys have a Friday night movie that you want to watch tonight and you want to complete the trilogy, we totally recommend it. Hey guys, this is Mark Wahlberg, and I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about We Watched a Movie. They got a really good Patreon going on over there. They'll do videos for you based on any of their characters. They'll do commentaries for you. They'll do movie reviews for you. They got behind-the-scenes videos. You got 20% off of all their merch. They'll even make you your own video store card like Blockbuster back in the day. They got commentaries just sitting there waiting to be fucked by your movie ears. I'll put the link below. We gotta outrun the wind.